Hi, I'm Susie Morris. When I started working with oil paints, the subject of mediums was quite vast really. But once you discover how mediums can alter the performance of your paint, they become really exciting to work with. In essence, mediums are mixtures of drying oils and resins that are mixed in the ratio between 10 to 20% with paint directly from the tube. The addition of medium alters the character of the paint, making it much easier to work with. The reason we'd use a medium would be if we wanted to stabilise the paint for added texture, thin the paint to make it more fluid, change its drying properties, add transparency to the paint, glossiness or opacity. Most mediums are colourless and flexible and can be used without affecting the colour of the paint. Learning about the properties of individual paint mediums is really essential technical knowledge for any artist who wants to work in oils. And this can be summarised through understanding what's called the fat over lean rule. This refers to the principle in oil painting of applying paint with a higher oil or fat ratio over paint with a lean or lower oil to pigment ratio. Because paint feels dry to touch, it's important to remember that it continues to dry over several months. It's vital to have an understanding of which mediums speed drying and those which prolong drying. This is called the fat over lean rule, because we need to make sure we don't use too much fat or oil in the initial layers of a painting. Too much oil in the early layers of a painting can result in the paint not drying fast enough. And as further layers are put on, we can end up with cracks or tensions in the work, as you can see in this demonstration. Conversely, the lower the oil content, the faster the paint dries and the more brittle it will be. Ignoring this practice, even in some alla prima painting, can result in your paint surface cracking and becoming less durable. The reason for that is due to the special drying process of oil colours, in that they dry chemically by absorbing oxygen from the air. And this process begins on the surface of the picture and it takes a very long time, even weeks for a relatively thin coat of oil colour to become completely dry. So just to summarise, the more oil or fat, the longer the drying time, and the less oil or fat, the faster the drying time. Of course, it can be fun to experiment and use mediums to create certain effects, or as I would call them, events on canvas, but you do need to understand what you're doing. You wouldn't want to use more than one medium for each layer in your painting, unless you were happy to leave elements of chance to your results. Please take a look at the other films on specific mediums to help you get a better understanding of the range of Schmincke mediums available. And for more information on any Schmincke product, please visit their website. As an artist, you'll find a lot of extensive and really helpful information ranging from technical and safety data sheets to information on how to use all of their products.